Welcome to this exploration of Chanakya, one of history's most influential figures. His ideas provide a comprehensive framework for understanding power, order, governance, and strategic planning. Chanakya posited that a successful state is akin to a finely tuned machine requiring a harmonious blend of political power, a robust economy, a capable military, and astute diplomatic skills. He viewed the state as a dynamic entity necessitating constant vigilance, strategic acumen, and decisive action. Central to Chanakya's vision is the concept that power is perpetually shifting and contested. To maintain it, rulers must exhibit both strength and intelligence, integrating ethical leadership with pragmatic realism when necessary. His writings illustrate that sometimes decision is required to ensure the state's stability and prosperity. Chanakya's significant contribution was his holistic approach to statecraft. He did not compartmentalize governance, warfare, and economics. Instead, he recognized their interconnectedness and the mechanisms by which they operate. Furthermore, he recognized the critical importance of intelligence, both internally and externally. He considered a network of spies and informants essential, as information is a potent tool for identifying threats and bolstering strength. In this lecture, we will examine these concepts, drawing parallels between ancient wisdom and contemporary challenges in governance and strategic planning. By analyzing Chanakya's strategic principles, you will gain insight into the foundational elements of effective leadership and statecraft that remain relevant across time and place. The key elements of Chanakya's statecraft. The highest duty of a ruler is to transcend personal ambitions and embody unwavering commitment, wisdom, and foresight. A ruler must act as the ultimate guardian of the people, balancing compassion with firmness. Chanakya identified five fundamental elements, often termed the five pillars of the state, that form the foundation for governance. 1. The sovereign, king, or leader. The soul of the state, whose authority must be respected, but who must also wield power with prudence, justice, and strategic acumen. The sovereign must both a visionary and a guardian capable of making difficult decisions that secure the state's long term interests. 2. The ministers and administrators, wise, competent, and loyal advisors entrusted with executing policies and managing the affairs of the state. Chanakya placed great emphasis on selecting ministers with integrity and skill, as they are the instruments through which the ruler's vision translates into effective governance. The territory, land, and resources, the physical foundation of the state that provides the economic base and sustenance for its people and armies. Chanakya's insight into resource management was advanced, recognizing the critical role of agriculture, trade, and wealth generation in maintaining power. 4. The fortified capital, the defensive and administrative heart of the state. A well protected and well administered capital acts as a bastion of security and governance, offering a strategic advantage in times of conflict or unrest. 5. The armed forces military, the decisive instrument of security and deterrence. Chanakya regarded a strong and disciplined military as essential not merely for conquest, but for the protection of sovereignty, enforcement of law, and preservation of peace. Together, these pillars create a stable and resilient structure that withstands internal challenges and external threats. Chanakya's teachings make clear that neglect of any one pillar can lead to the decay and eventual downfall of the state. Moreover, Chanakya's emphasis on ethical governance, fostering prosperity, justice, and order, remained pragmatic. He understood that in the harsh realities of political life, a ruler sometimes must employ harsh measures to safeguard the larger good. His wisdom teaches that effective statecraft is an art of balance between strength and mercy, secrecy and transparency, tradition and innovation. The qualities of an ideal leader, according to Chanakya. Chanakya's wisdom extends profoundly into the character and conduct of leadership. emphasizing that the strength of a state ultimately rests on the shoulder of its ruler. For Chanakya, true power is inseparable from wisdom, discipline, and moral clarity. He taught that an ideal leader must possess not only the intellectual capacity to strategize effectively, but also the ethical grounding to wield authority justly. Among the essential qualities Chanakya extolled are 1. Wisdom and foresight. A ruler must be perceptive, able to anticipate future challenges and opportunities. Strategic foresight enables leaders to craft policies that ensure long term security and prosperity, rather than merely reacting to immediate concerns. 2. Courage and firmness. Leadership demands bravery, not only to confront external adversaries, but also to undertake difficult decisions internally. Chanakya stressed that a wise leader should be unwavering in protecting the interests of the state, even when unpopular measures are necessary. 3. Disciplined self control. A ruler's personal virtues directly impact governance. Chanakya admired leaders who practiced restraint, avoiding excesses of passion, greed, or indulgence. Such discipline ensures clarity of purpose and steadiness in crisis. 4. Justice and fairness. The ruler must be a paragon of justice, ensuring laws are upheld impartially. Chanakya emphasized that legitimacy derives from earning the respect and trust of the people through fair governance. 5. Adaptability and pragmatism. The realities of power require flexibility. Chanakya recognized that idealism must sometimes yield to practical necessities, advocating for a leadership style that adapts to changing circumstances without compromising the core mission of preserving the state. 6. Secrecy and intelligence. A prudent leader maintains secrecy around strategic plans and utilizes a network of intelligence to stay informed. Chanakya saw information as critical to outmaneuvering rivals and preempting threats. In essence, Chanakya's ideal ruler strikes a balance between moral integrity and realpolitik, blending virtue with necessary cunning. Such leadership is not merely about command, but about inspiring loyalty and ensuring the welfare of the state and its citizens. Throughout history, this vision has endured as a guiding light for leaders who seek to govern with both strength and wisdom. Chanakya's strategic principles for securing and expanding the state. Chanakya's teachings on statecraft are deeply practical, aimed at not only preserving the state, but also at actively expanding and securing its power. His strategic principles form a coherent framework that addresses both internal stability and external challenges with equal rigor. At the heart of Chanakya's strategy is the belief that power must be continuously protected and, where possible, augmented. Stability is not static, it requires proactive measures by the ruler to anticipate threats, seize opportunities, and manipulate the political environment masterfully. Some of the key strategic principles Chanakya emphasized include 1. Preemptive action. Chanakya advised rulers to act decisively and early to prevent threats from materializing. This could involve strengthening defenses, forming strategic alliances, or neutralizing adversaries through diplomacy or covert actions. 2. Use of espionage and intelligence. Chanakya pioneered the systematic use of spies to gather intelligence on enemies and even allies. This intelligence network was crucial for informed decision making, revealing vulnerabilities and ensuring the ruler maintained a strategic advantage. 3. Balanced expansion. Chanakya recommended that territorial or influence expansion be calculated and sustainable. Overextension weakened the state. Therefore, he advocated for carefully planned conquests guided by sound economic and military assessments. 4. Economic strength is power. Chanakya emphasized the importance of economic resources for maintaining military and political power. He advocated for developing agriculture, trade, and taxation systems that ensured a robust and steady flow of resources to support all aspects of statecraft. 5. Forming and breaking alliances. Chanakya taught that alliances are tools of convenience. A wise ruler must strategically form alliances to strengthen the state but also recognize when to dissolve or realign them as the geopolitical landscape changes. 6. Morale and public support. Maintaining the loyalty and trust of the populace is crucial. Chanakya understood that a ruler's authority is reinforced by the people's well being and contentment, necessitating governance that balances firmness with benevolence. 7. Strategic diplomacy. Chanakya viewed diplomacy as a critical tool for achieving political objectives without resorting to conflict. He employed incentives, favors, and psychological tactics as part of his diplomatic arsenal. Chanakya's approach to strategy integrates military preparedness, economic management, intelligence, and diplomacy into a unified system of power, projection, and state security. Chanakya's approach to strategy integrates military preparedness, economic management, intelligence, and diplomacy into a unified system of power, projection, and state security. This profound and practical vision continues to resonate as a timeless guide, illustrating that enduring power belongs to those who master the art of balanced and informed statecraft. Chanakya's approach to governance and maintaining law and order. Chanakya's vision of effective statecraft extends beyond the battlefield and diplomatic arenas. He held that robust internal governance and strict maintenance of law and order are indispensable for the durability and prosperity of a state. At the heart of his governance philosophy is the understanding that a well ordered society is the foundation of political stability and power. Janakya prescribed a comprehensive system of governance emphasizing the following key aspects. 1. Strong and efficient administration. Chanakya emphasized the importance of a well organized bureaucracy staffed by capable and trustworthy officials. The efficient administration ensures the smooth functioning of the state apparatus, timely implementation of policies, and transparency in public affairs. 2. Rule of law and justice. The king or ruler must uphold justice for all citizens, ensuring laws are applied fairly and impartially. Chanakya believed that justice must be swift and certain to deter crime and maintain social order. The legitimacy of authority hinges upon its ability to protect the rights and well being of the people. 3. Social welfare and public good. Good governance, in Chanakya's view, involved actively promoting the welfare of the people through economic prosperity, public infrastructure, health, and education. A content and prosperous populace contributes to internal stability and resilience. 4. Control over dissent and rebellion. While advocating just treatment, Chanakya recognized the dangers posed by internal dissent and rebellion. He counseled vigilance, using intelligence and, when necessary, firm measures to neutralize threats to peace without excessive cruelty. 5. Economic regulation and taxation. The state's resources are vital. Thus, Chanakya called for systematic taxation balanced to avoid overburdening the populace while ensuring the treasury's strength. Fiscal policy served as a tool to sustain the administrative and military machinery essential for security and governance. Promoting ethical leadership at all levels. Leadership was not limited to the sovereign. Chanakya stressed ethical conduct and competence throughout the ranks of government functionaries. Corruption and inefficiency were to be rooted out decisively as foundational risks to stability. In summary, Chanakya's approach to governance is deeply pragmatic, yet rooted in a moral framework aimed at ensuring justice and welfare. His insights underscored that the legitimacy of political power flows from the ruler's ability to maintain order, secure prosperity, and administer fairly. This balanced governance, combining strength with benevolence, lies at the core of a resilient and enduring state, a principle that echoes through the ages and remains instructive for today's leaders. In the next section, we will explore the role of economic strength in Chanakya's statecraft and how resource management is fundamental to sustaining power. Thank you for joining.